Governor Beshear. Governor, welcome back to Meet the Press, and I know it is an extraordinarily difficult time for you and your state. And let me just start with, look, we know this is going to be the worst tornado event ever recorded in the state's history. Where do things stand right now? How many missing are there still?
Well, this has been absolutely devastating. We have entire towns flattened. My count, I know we've lost over 80 lives. I think it's going to be over 100. It may be well over 100. It is so hard to describe. There's not a camera lens big enough to show the path of absolute destruction. People have lost everything. We're talking in the rescue effort of going door to door. There aren't doors. Yeah. It's whether or not people are in the rubble. But we have so much help is coming, and we are so thankful for other communities in Kentucky and in other states rallying with us, and we greatly appreciate everybody's prayers, and that's what we need. At the moment, we're hoping for miracles, whether it's in that candle factory or other places. But you know, just in my dad's hometown of Dawson Springs, about 2,700 people. The unaccounted for was about 8 pages, single spaced. It's really rough region by region, but especially down in the Mayfield, Hopkins County, Dawson Springs area.
You know, a lot of times when there's a bad tornado hit like this, you can count on some neighboring states to chip in, but this is such a wide swath. I mean, I'm curious, how many more resources do you need? Do you need more folks to come in, whether it's folks to turn the power on, clear debris, and again, your neighboring states are also dealing with this. Do you need the National Guard? Do you need other states' National Guard?
So this is what we believe will be the longest tornado in U.S. history on the ground, consecutively at least 227 miles, but 200 of those were in Kentucky. I've talked to the governors of neighboring states. We're all working to recover through this. We have a lot of people on the ground right now, especially in Mayfield. Actually, what we need from the surrounding communities is, if you're safe and you have power, stay home. We need to make sure that our roads are open for first responders, for heavy equipment, and not having people just coming to see what is human misery and great difficulty and devastation. There are ways to help, though, whether that is giving blood or a new fund that we have set up that's going to be state managed, a one fund that we can use to directly help the families of Western Kentucky. And it's going to start by grieving together, helping them with funeral expenses. That is the Team Western Kentucky Relief Fund. Yeah. That's Team WKY relieffund.ky.gov.
You know, considering the timing of these tornadoes, this isn't spring. This is on the cusp of winter. I can only imagine if the area is suddenly experiencing an ice storm in the next couple of weeks. You know, are you going to be able to clear this debris in time to essentially prepare for what could be tough weather, maybe drains on the power? I mean, it just feels like the timing couldn't be worse.
Well, we have at least 56,000 homes without power, almost all in Western Kentucky. It has gotten pretty cold. Now, we have opened our state parks and we are bringing in families. But the other thing we do in Kentucky is we look out for one another. We open warming centers. We had 13 open. Only 6 are still open because those of us blessed enough to not be hit directly with this tornado take other people in, whether we know them or not. Chuck, we're good people that look out for one another, that have just gone through something incredibly difficult, but we are resilient and we will rebuild.
I believe that, and I know that. Let me ask you this. Just before this happened, you had to declare a state of emergency when it came to healthcare workers. The Western Kentucky medical facilities have all been near capacity thanks to COVID. Do you have the medical resources to take care of the injured?
Right now, we believe we do, though power is one of the challenges, but we're working with that. Our hospitals outside of the area have all called, and even though we're all stretched a little bit thin right now, we still have capacity in many areas, and they are sending aid and help, and then we are transporting patients. One of our challenges is we're losing so many people in this. Most of our morgues aren't big enough. So our coroners from all over the state are coming in to help. But we're going to make sure that everybody who needs medical assistance gets it. And I want to thank all those that are out there doing the work, whether it's doing the rescue or the debris removal. We have National Guard on the scene. We have our transportation cabinet with their heavy equipment. We have our division of forestry, and then we have a whole lot of volunteers bringing their personal equipment to help us make it through. Because I will tell you, it doesn't matter how big a piece of equipment was. If it was in the area, this storm picked it up, destroyed it, threw it hundreds of feet. We've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a war zone that looks like this.
You know, tornado warning systems, look, meteorologists every year are trying to get better, seeing if they can give people more time. Could you have a warning system in December? I mean, was the timing of it harder, or is this so devastating no warning system could have helped?
No, there were lots of warnings, and in fact, even at that factory, there was a warning for people to get to the right area. But this storm, it's like nothing any of us have ever seen before, even in a movie or on TV. It is that devastating. I mean, homes totally gone, and the people inside them totally gone too. This is something so devastating. The warnings were there. I don't fault anybody for that.
No, of course not. Governor Beshear, I can hear it in your voice. I know this has been so difficult, and I imagine being on the ground, it only makes it even harder to comprehend. Thanks for coming on and sharing some of the stories for our viewers.
Thank you, and thank you for everybody's prayers. We'll take as many as we can get.
You got it. And by the way, folks, if you would like to help the victims of these tornadoes, you heard the governor had some organizations. Here are some other organizations you can contribute to. You can also find them on our website, meetthepress.com.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.